What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Jesse here, and today we're going to go through an in-depth overview and walk around on my 2025 Ski-Doo MXZ X-RS 850 Turbo R competition package. Let's get into it.
Sledaddicz is brought to you by Team Vincent Motorsports, Bergstrom Carbides, Ledger Performance, Ultimax Belts, Stud Boy Studs, and Radio World.
One of the most common questions we got asked last season was, why didn't you guys get a competition package? And the truth of the matter was, we didn't even think about it. We bought our 850 because we've been running the 850s for years and we loved it. And we also wanted to get some feedback from guys on what they thought of the competition package after the first season. And after speaking to numerous of our buddies that had these sleds, they all swear by them. So we knew we had to get one this year. And not only did we get one, but we got two, as you saw in Mike's previous videos with our backcountry XRS 850 Turbo. So before we get into this sled specifically, let's talk about what makes the competition package different from the regular XRS package. So the three big differences between the competition package MXZ X-RS and the standard MXZ X-RS is you get the Pro 40 Kashima coated EA3s up front, versus on the regular XRS, you get the Pro 36 non-Kashima coated shocks. You also get, obviously, the 850 Turbo R motor, which only is available in the competition package on the MXZ lineup. And then additionally, down below, you get a 2-ply track, which does not come on the regular XRS. Now, what's new for this year? So the main difference between last year's sled and this year's sled is with the competition package in the MXZ, you get the option of having both the Pro 40 Kashima coated EA3s up front with regular Pro 40s in the rear, or you can get Smart Shocks, which is new for this year. And in addition, like all of the Skidoo trail sleds this year, you get add on the Raz RX front end and the Pilot RX skis. So those are brand new for this year. It's a 43-inch wide trail stance. And from the feedback we heard from guys that tested it last year, this thing is the answer to Skidoo's front end handling, and we can't wait to try it. So let's get into this sled specifically. So first off, up front, that's really different for this year, are the Pilot RX skis. So this is a much wider ski. Underneath, it's a super wide keel, much more aggressive ski. And what that helps with is the front end handling of these sleds in fresh snow conditions. So on a hard packed trail, the recent Pilot X skis handled really well. But when you added a little bit of snow on top, that's when they got a little sloppy. So that's really what the Pilot RX helps clean up. On top of that, you have the new Raz RX suspension. So it actually makes the sled a little bit flatter. The A-arms are flatter and longer. And you can see it's a completely new spindle designed from the ground up, inspired, I assume, off of the past Raz X suspension, but in itself, a huge difference. The good news is with the Raz RX and the Pilot RX, if you have last year's competition package, you can definitely add it on as an add-on if you choose. Additionally, we have the KYB Pro 40 up front. This year, they actually went with the EA3s across the whole Skidoo lineup, so you can no longer get the regular piggyback shocks with like the 22 clicks of adjustment. They've all went to EA3 right now, just for simplicity, as Skidoo says. So you have 3 clicks, soft, medium, and top firmness. So this sled, has 3 adjustments. Other thing important to note from the competition package last year to this year, these shocks no longer come with rebound adjustments. So as we make our way back, we'll highlight some accessories that I added to this sled. So as always, we put on our glove box extension with our Garmin support. I personally run a Garmin Tread. we've been running GPSs for years. A couple reasons behind why we use that in comparison to BRP's Go system. So we do use both. We do use BRP Go on the sled, but the GPSs are just good old-fashioned reliable. There's never any issue. We preload all of our trips already onto the GPS before we even go, and then I basically have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 preloaded. I hit go, and I'm off to the races. Plus, the big thing for us, if you can see looking at this GPS position, when you're sitting on the sled, you actually have a clean line of sight of the gauge, or of the Garmin specifically, versus you have to look quite down to actually see the BRP gauge. So that's another reason why we like the Garmin. And because of that, we installed the glove box extension, which not only adds more storage to the front of the sled, but also gives the position for the Garmin to hook into. And then to clean up the look, we add the low windshield. All these new top of the line sleds, XRSs, and competition packages come with the bikini windshield. And so basically your glove box extension would be popping out. So that's why we add in the windshield to firm up the look. I might wrap this matte like Mike did. I'm inspired, but we'll see. Stay tuned for that. Obviously, we've got Ski-Doo handguards, like all sleds come with stock. I usually add, sometimes depending on the conditions, we have our bat wings, we call them, which are just the extension pieces to make it wider. We also have the new Skidoo muffs, which I talked about in a video last year. They're awesome. They're super big, so your hand, it's super easy to get in and out of them. On top of that, this year, some of the other changes they did with the gauge specifically and this instrument cluster is now, I'm not gonna start the sled, but I can try to turn on the gauge. Let's see if that turns on. Yep. So now you have actual adjustment for both your hand and thumb warmers separately, which was a huge thing that people were talking about last year. So now you click it once, you're at your handlebar warmers, and you click it again and you're at your thumb warmers. So super easy access to both of those things. In addition, I don't know why, but 2 years ago, Skidoo got rid of the far riser when it came to the two-stroke sleds. They still have them on the 900s, but not on the 850s and the 600s. So last year on my 24 XRS, we added the forward adjustable riser, plus my extension for the forward adjustable riser. As you can see, it's peeling off here. I've been rocking this part specifically since my 18 XRS, so it's come off and on to like 4 or 5 different sleds. I like it a lot because I find when I'm riding, depending on how I'm riding, I actually do actively change the position here. So when I'm riding super aggressively in the corners, I'll bring it all the way forward. And when I'm lounging, I'll have it in the middle, sometimes all the way back, but rarely. It's usually those two. But I really do find that it changes how I ride and it makes me more confident in the trails, and that's why I do add it to all of my sleds. In addition, just to clean up the look, we add our handlebar pad. Looks cool. Plus adds a little bit of protection if you find yourself going into the bars. Of course, we add E-Link on every single one of our sleds. We've been doing this for probably 5 years now. This is the new type of E-Link that came out with the Gen 5s. So it allows you to connect both your desk cable to start your sled and run your sled, as well as a power connection for your helmet visor plug. So this all comes in one neat package. That way, when you get off your sled, you can click these together, and let's say your visor is still plugged in, running through your jacket into your helmet, and then you just clip this to your pants and walk away from the sled. It's a super clean look, keeps everything nice and organized, and yeah, we don't run sleds without these. They've also made it way easier to install the E-Link because there's actually a pop-out piece here for this part to go in for the E-Link, so no longer do you have to actually cut and drill holes in your plastic to mount the E-Link. As usual, on all of our sleds, we install our premium knee pad kit. So we have these in the brushed pattern, which is what I opted for on this sled, as well as the honeycomb and diamond pattern. So it really just cleans up the look of the panels. It allows you for knee protection on all surfaces of the panel. So no matter where your knee ends up, you're protected. If you're riding more aggressively in the corner, you've got your outer pad. And then on the other side, the knee pad has been adjusted to make a good fit around your pull cord. So obviously if your knee is here, you're not gonna have protection, but most of the time I'll keep my knee here, and then I can also slide out to the outside as well. Additionally, we always put our billet gas caps on the sled. It just refines the look, and it's a much heavier duty cap. Walking our way back, we also have down here the 4-piston caliper braking system that Skidoo added last year. Really improves the braking performance as well as the feel. On top of that, I forgot to mention, this was also added last year, but you have the adjustable brake handle, which was added to just improve your feel of braking, so you can loosen it or tighten it up to bring it closer depending on how exactly you want to hold your brake. So that's awesome. Walking our way down to the back, we have the methanol or XPS ice injection system. We also installed our link bracket on through our bracket with Gord's Garage, which also comes with pieces back here to actually mount the link bracket. So that allows us to install our trail seat bag or our combo bag, depending on if we're doing a day ride or an overnight saddlebag trip. Then we make our way to the back. Of course, as always, we add our shim kits. This year we released our custom shim kits, so you can get them in whatever color you want for the shim kit, whatever color you want for the text, whatever you want it to say on the text, and you can also get our new carbon fiber style or the regular plain black style shim kit. Those are all available on our website. These ones, we opted for the carbon fiber ones with yellow writing. We have Sledaddicz at the front, MXZ at the back. And what they do is they basically just lift your brackets 1/8 of an inch to prevent your bags and especially your fuel caddy from just vibrating and rubbing off the paint on your brand new tunnel. So protect your tunnel, check out our shim kits. So down below here, we have the R-Motion X rear suspension, which came out in 2021. And we also have Pro 40s at the front and the back. These are not Kashima coated, so this is basically the exact same as a regular MXZ X-RS, not competition package. It comes the same on both. In addition, with the competition package, you actually do get a 2-ply track. So this is a 1.25 Ripsaw 2 track. And, which is super nice, the sled comes with tunnel protectors. So we are going to be studding this track with 1.5 PowerPoint Plus Stud Boy studs, along with the Superlight Pro Series double backers like we've used in previous years. And in addition, we're going to be installing Bergstrom triple point carbides on the front of the sled to really refine the handling. And yeah, other than that, this sled is pretty much ready to go. We can't wait to get it out on the trail. Countdown is on. As we film this video, not sure when it will be released, but as we film it, we're just over 3 weeks out from heading to Cochrane and getting some miles on our sleds. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one.